Hi, in this video I'm going to be taking you through the scenario where you need to add in a new team into a competition midway through the season. Alright, let's get started. So you can see here that we've got a competition that has already been fixtured, and that is Season Division 1 for Spring 2013. You can see there that I've got 9 teams in this competition and that it's already been fixtured. So what I'm going to do is going to go in and edit the fixture just to show you how it's currently looking at the moment and what my scenario is. So you can see here that I've got round 1 that started back on the 1st of August 2013, and if I scroll right to the bottom I've got 15 rounds, which is due to finish up on the 7th of November 2013. You'll also see that each round I've got a bye, and that's because I've got an odd number amount of teams. If I scroll back up towards the top, you can see that the first 5 rounds have been played and the results have been entered, and that's why they're greyed out and I can't make any changes to any of those. So I've got, in my scenarios, I've got 2 new teams that want to play in this competition. Now if I only had 1 new team to play in this competition, I already have a bye, so it would be quite easy for me just to go and add that new team in and allocate them whichever team had the bye for the week, they would now be playing that new team. So I'll quickly show you how that would be done. If I just scroll to the top and I head up to teams, so you can see I've got 9 teams in my competition here. I'm going to go in and add a new team, and I'm going to call it the Replaces, and I'll just untick all of these for now, and I'll put in some contact details, and we'll click on insert and add another team. Alright, so if we click on teams again now, we now have 11 teams in this competition. Now, like I said before, if we only had 1 new team, so to bring it up to 10 teams, I could just replace the bye, and I would go up to competitions and I would go to swaps, and I'd complete this scenario. So the scenario would be replace bye with a new team. Alright, and I'd go through and select my relevant division, and the replacement team would be the Replaces. Okay, and I'd start that effective of round 6. I can only select after 6 because they're the matches that that haven't been played yet. Alright, and here under the ladder figures I could stipulate whether I wanted to assign ladder figures or give them equal competition average or assign them to the bottom. Once that process had been completed, I would still need to go back into that edit fixture screen and allocate the relevant court and times for those matches individually. So I'm going to continue on now with the real scenario that I want to work with, which is a little bit more complicated, and that is if we didn't have a bye team in there in the first place, or if in my scenario I've got 2 new teams that need to come in. So what I need to do is head back over to the Manage Competitions area. I've already added my teams in, and the teams are in the correct competition, so they're ready to go, as you saw me do just before. What I'm going to do is go into Edit and go into Edit Fixture. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Delete Fixture by Round. And then I'm going to go and delete from round 6 to 15. So that's going to delete off all the matches that haven't been played yet. I'm going to click OK to confirm that. And now I'm only left with those 5 rounds. Now I need to head back into the Manage Competitions area. And now I need to click on New and go New Fixture. And this is then going to allow me to go directly after existing fixture. So you can see it's starting at round 6 and now I'll go through to round 15. And what you can also do is I can go up to Edit Team Fixture, and you'll see now I have the 12 teams in my competition. And it's 12 because we have 11 teams, but we need that 12th team to make up a bye. So the bye team is being allocated in there at number 10. Now what this screen allows us to do is to have a preview. So if I go around 6 to 15 here and go generate preview, it's going to bring up who's playing who over the following rounds. And if I'm not happy with that outlay, then I can change what number each team is allocated to, which would then affect who's going to play who. What you can't, what essentially we've done is, by when we're adding new teams into this competition, we've changed how the algorithm works on how teams play against each other for the previous for those ongoing rounds. It can't follow the same pattern as what it did from rounds 1 to 5 because we had 8 teams in that competition, or sorry, we had 9 teams in that competition. Now we've got 11 teams in this competition. The algorithm on how we play, on how these teams play each other, has completely changed. Obviously, we could have the 2 new teams play each other for round 6, but then for round 7, 8, 9, 10, etc., we need to reshuffle all those teams. So who's playing who does change. Now, what you want to make sure is that for round 6 is that the teams who played each other in round 5 are now not playing again against each other again in round 6, because that will obviously cause some frustration from the different teams within your competition. So it's at this point here that you just want to make sure that this screen here gives you a bit of a preview as to who's playing who, and just make sure that you're happy with that. And if not, then you could say, okay, I want replaces to go up to number 1. And now if we preview this, you'll see now Jacobs are playing replaces 2, and there's been some other changes in here. So we'll save those positions, and we'll say that this fixture is to start directly after the other one. So it'll follow the same date pattern that you had before, and then we'll go out same as what we had before. So I think the matches were starting at 4 p.m. all the way through to 10 p.m. and they can use courts 1 and 2, and then we'll go in and create the fixture. Now we'll go into the edit fixture screen and just show you exactly what that's done. So you can see that rounds 1 to 5 are still disabled because the results have been entered for those. We can't make any changes to them. And also that the new teams have now gone in here, and we've got an extra match allocated every week. Now, it would have been easy for me to, I could have made this change effective from round 8 if I wanted to. It just would mean that I would have only deleted from rounds 8 to 15 and then extended the fixture from there. Instead, I've deleted all the way back from round 6 and extended the fixture from there. From here, what you would do is, if we go into manage competitions, and if you wanted to allocate some points to those new teams that have come into the competition, you could do so at this point. So as of round 6, you could put in the results first if you wanted to, or you could come in here and just modify their points. So you could say give them 10 points and then that sort of puts them halfway up the ladder. And that's really about it. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email to support@fixie.com.au. Thank you.